Hi and welcome to this episode of the Forum Live. My name is Scott Haslam and...
My name's Andy Lee. I'm your branch secretary.
You like that nice little touch there. Flick of the switch and we had Andy Lee, branch secretary, or myself, president, live. Right, this episode we're going to try and evolve from what we did a few weeks ago and bring you some news points from the last couple of weeks. So please bear with us because this is all new to myself and Andy, and let's see how we get on. So let's try that and try this and play. So this week's news in the Forum Live. So first off, we have the branch elections for the next 2 years. For this, Andy will be updating you on this point.
Due to the current situation regarding COVID-19 restrictions, the branch office has been unable to fully function in what would be considered to be a normal fashion at this time. Most of you be aware that our branch elections are due to be run shortly. The branch has been in discussions with the Senior Deputy General Secretary's department regarding the current COVID-19 restrictions and how it's affecting the day-to-day running of the branch office and our ability to function. As part of these discussions, the branch elections were raised and it was agreed that the elections would be deferred for a period of 3 months and that the situation would then be reviewed dependent on what or if any further restrictions were in place. A decision in conjunction with the Senior Deputy General Secretary's department would then be made as to whether or not to apply any further deferment. In the meantime, all existing CWU representatives will stand fast in their current positions.
So Andy, that pretty much explains it, and I mean agreement that these notices will be going out to all workplaces to update them, and of course as the situation evolves we'll get further communications out in the new year.
Yes, I'm sending hard copies out to all workplaces, and I will also be emailing out to all the representatives as well.
Excellent. So the next slide is we're covering off the Mayor of West Yorkshire, God's own country, and first question may well be, what is the Mayor of West Yorkshire? What will the role cover? Well, I pulled out some of the key points that I've managed to find myself, and the first thing is that the new Mayor of West Yorkshire will have a budget sourced from government to the tune of £38 million. In addition to that, they will absorb the police and crime commissioner roles that we've currently got, and they will control over the following: regional transport, housing, land, and adult skills. So the CWU, as a affiliate to the Labour Party, has the ability to nominate their preferred candidate. So last week, the Regional Political Committee met over GoToMeeting and discussed that said nomination. And the candidate they opted for is the following. And that is Tracy Braben, the MP for Batley and Spen. And actually, she is one of our MPs within the Leeds No. 1 amalgamated branch area. So we'll deliver more information on that as and when the campaign on the run-up to the nomination and election comes to us. So the next section for you, Andy's going to cover this off. And this is the local branch benefits that we have. So, Andy.
Yeah, normally at this time of year, we would be handing out diaries, pens, etc. to all our members. Unfortunately, due to the COVID restrictions, we've had difficulty sourcing and receiving deliveries of these items. But we have a number of items on order, and it appears now that potentially we're not going to be able to get them out prior to Christmas. But certainly the diaries, we've been unable to source them anywhere. We can't get them. The pens, the lanyards, etc. We do have those on order, and hopefully we should be able to get some, if not all of those, in before Christmas. And at the latest, sometime in January, you will receive those. Your reps in your local units will probably be handing those out. So, we're on with that. The prize Christmas draw will take place as normal. There's been a slight alteration to it this year. Instead of giving out prizes of £10 and things like that, we've actually done 30 draws now, and they're all going to be for a £50 voucher. And obviously nationally, as shown on your screen, if you want to check it out, there's CWU members benefits displayed on the national website.
Yeah, and actually, if you log and verify on that website, then that gives you access to a multitude of discounts, which, given the next 4 weeks of lockdown, you may well be shopping online, and you may be able to save yourself a couple of quid in the process. So next section being average holiday pay. I think Andy has a little bit to say on that, as indeed I've covered this off myself a few times over the last months, and it's covered off within the LTB 49420, and essentially, and we'll reiterate this because the type of conversations Andy's been having via email and telephone as such, aren't they, Andy?
Yeah.
So part is on screen now that we need to sort of consider, and that is
basically members that have already got an existing case ongoing. All they need to do is carry on with that, because it will be automatically updated. Any members, it must be pointed out though, any members that have had a claim and it's been settled, they will have to resubmit a claim for the holiday pay. And obviously anybody that's not submitted one in the past, they will have to submit one. So they will need to log on to the ACAS website initially, and go on to the early conciliation part of that website, and then there's a brief questionnaire that they need to fill out for the mediators at ACAS to get in touch with Royal Mail. They will then issue you with a certificate number, which will then allow you to go forward and submit a tribunal application in regards to your outstanding holiday pay.
Yeah, it's quite important because that is the main query. They've had a claim in and it's been settled, and they wasn't too sure whether they should resubmit, and that's absolutely paramount that they do. So moving on, we have the Union Learning Fund. Now, again, I've covered that off, I think, on the last CWU News video. And again, this LTB came out this week, covers off the previous two LTBs as to what the ULF and how we as a union are going to be trying to protect and, well, start the campaign to reinstate some form of Union Learning Fund. Now, the LTBs they refer to is 492 and 505. So the CWU nationally, I do draw this difference between us and the Chris Webb's team, is that nationally they have done a Facebook session, a YouTube session, and actually they did see some positive responses in terms of raising the profile of the campaign. So, it'd be extremely useful for members and reps alone that they complete the 2 one of two documents that are contained within this LTB, and you can access them via your own logins within the CWU.org, or contact Andy or myself, and we'll happily share. Now, Bev was hoping to be here today, but unfortunately she's unwell. But certainly when she's back, we're going to get his heads together, 2 minutes apart, of course, and be able to get some more information on how we as a branch are going to evolve this in conjunction with the national teams. So, do remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channels and Facebook page, Twitter feeds. Remember, unity is strength. Thanks for watching.